What's going on? This is the Tom Carlson Show for Tuesday, September 2020. What's going on? How are ya? It's the first day of fall. And let me just start this show off by saying apologies to Bryson DeChambeau. This, what you're about to listen to, was me exactly 6 days ago.
He's at plus 1200. Bryson is not going to be able to do shit on this course. You have to hit the fairway.
Are you kidding me? So, a couple things connecting in the cosmos that I think worked out to Bryson's favor. One, he has slept in my house. And two, while I was starting to display my betting for the fans, and I could maybe get a following with some betters, I swung on and missed that. But congratulations to Bryson. I don't know if any of you guys watched it, but he is now 230 pounds and had a ball speed of 192. The tour average is like 170. So he has, changed it up a little bit. We'll see what they end up doing. I talked about it a couple weeks ago with, having a different ball. So they're not just blasting it and just trying to find it and chunking it out. And, but anyways, I did 4 miles today running because since I've been working, I've been eating like a normal person. I'm off the Tom Carlson poverty diet. It did wonders. I mean, I lost like 20 pounds, but we are back to regular food. So I was like, dude, it's like kind of looking at myself in the mirror. I was like, man, you've already eaten enough that you can see the change in your body. So I had to get back out and start running again. And it's cool here. Not like rad, but it's cool here. And I don't know. I guess it's fine. I got it in my summer. I got saved by those pools. But yeah, I don't know. It's September 22nd, New York City, and it is. Okay, this isn't sounding right, but it's 66. But this is the hottest it's been all day. It was in like the 40s and shit. So, winter, here I come. I gotta buy some shit. But I really don't because I'll be working remote maybe the rest of my life. So, the challenge with that is, and I've done a pretty good job because I started quarantine with my other company and working from home. And I was able to structure it pretty well because I have to. But like, I haven't worked a regular work week in so long that it just kicked my ass. So last week was my second full week, and by the time Friday came around, I was just laying on the couch, ordering some Grubhub, and just chilling out the whole weekend, which is pretty much what I did. And I did throw on a couple bets, so don't listen to me on golf maybe in the near future. But I started my fall season, and we had certainly the craziest sports day ever. We had like basketball, football. There was a day where every sport was playing. It was nuts. But I won. I picked Rams straight up over the Eagles, and I thought that was an easy pick, and the Rams blew them out. They're up 20-0, and I text my buddy. I was like, easy money, man. He's like, not over yet. And sure enough, they came back pretty close. But then the other one was Lakers Nuggets, first game of the Western Conference Finals at 211. I was like, they're definitely scoring more than that. I don't know what that was easy money. That one I didn't have to worry about since the first quarter. But there were some things that I was just like, what are we doing here? One, Sunday Night Football, and this was a minute. This is a while. Like this was like the first one they did, so I could have discussed this. Also, shout out to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, man. I did not know we had so many Supreme Court Justice fans in my Instagram following. Shout out to her though. And what we did the same thing to Obama. When I say we, I'm playing devil's advocate, being on the right side. Okay, we, the conservatives, or the U.S. people. That's how I should have said it. We, the people, our elected people, did the same thing to Obama, because I think when Obama was finishing out his presidency, they wanted to fill it, but I don't think they were able to. So then they waited to the Trump one, and then they got the alleged rapist. So, kind of just sticking with the tune on quality of individuals we got over there, but who knows where you're to believe anymore. And so don't, even if you're on the right, you got to be like, all right, shouldn't for the structure of our democracy, shouldn't we just kind of keep it the same way where we wait till after the election? Because you guys just did that. And now, spoils of war style, nobody gives a shit. So I'm sure they're going to do everything they can. I was shocked last time with how much the Republicans rebuffed things or like shot them down when Obama and his folks were trying to do it. God damn it! So you heard me. You didn't even hear what I was talking about for probably like the last 10 minutes, because at first I thought the camera was just off, and turns out I had to press pause somehow. So we left off somewhere around. I was surprised last time when Obama was in office how long the Republicans were able to push off till it's the Trump one. So hopefully they would just do the same thing. You would hope, but I'm not sure that's gonna count. And then I was talking about the Madden noise. So I definitely noticed it on the Sunday night game with Chris Collinsworth there, who seems like a douche now, because on like the first game they did, he made a clear statement at the beginning of the game that he only wanted to talk about football, which even if you think that, you don't like say that on the first game of something coming back. But Sunday Night Football, Seahawks and Patriots, and I've never liked the Seahawks. Their fans are a bunch of meth heads and obnoxious Pacific Northwest like moms and shit. And I've always felt they played a little dirty on the back end. I always thought they had bad hits. And I've never liked Pete Carroll since he deserted USC and left them to fend for themselves. So, Sunday night game, I hope it was on the field, but they were really pumping in the Madden. I don't know if it was just on TV or if it was on the field, but it would be. I did like that. What I don't like are, let's cut to the fans, where they have like way weird people just like, cheering on, giving the thumbs up. I don't like that at all. I think that's ridiculous. I think they should do the noise. If it's not on the field, they need to get it on the field. They had it at the Clemson game, snooze fest again, but they had it pumping in on the field. So there were 19,000 people there. I'd say it was the best structured stadium with structured seating. They had like padded seating, 2 chairs every place they could have it, and it was spaced out very nicely. I thought people did pretty shitty on the masks, but what are you gonna do? But they were also pumping in Madden simulation music on the field. So it seemed like, I don't know. If I was a player, I was thinking, I was envisioning myself running around as a receiver in the NFL, and I cut through the middle, I catch it. I want to hear that, Madden like applause, And I don't have any update for that crazy person that was screaming in my hallway last time. And, since I was unemployed for a while there, I obviously went online and updated my LinkedIn and stuff like that. And I just cannot believe what LinkedIn has turned into. I see more. I mean, maybe this is a reflection of me with who I follow on here, but it's just people who I come across in business, and it's like a gun photo, somehow tied into manufacturing. I don't know. Something about Trump being good. And then I swear to God, I've seen a guy with his shirt off. I've seen two. This is two separate guys. I've seen one guy with his shirt off, kind of like sexy flex posing, sort of weird. I don't know why. LinkedIn. And then I've seen a guy's doing push-ups there for mental health, the awareness on LinkedIn. Yeah, I stuff about babies and shit. And then I was starting to look through some of these people. It's like, wow, I have no idea who this person is. Is this a bot that has been with me the whole time? There's this guy. He's Carl Littlewood. Look him up. He looks like he's like 65 years old. A little heavy set, big head, glasses. Probably never been athletic in his whole life. Carl Littlewood. And now I just saw he's celebrating 2 years at Great Deals. And I was like, how the fuck some guy in Boise. I don't know. I still have him as a friend though. Shout out to Carl. Hope you're hanging in there. Good Lord. Yeah. And then I was on LinkedIn. I was like, God, I've almost had LinkedIn as long as I've had Facebook, because I got Facebook in 2008, the summer going into college. And this was when I believe you still had to be a student of some kind to use it, which that quickly went away. And maybe I'm just thinking that, but that was the point, because my sister, who was already in college, told me about it. That was 2008. And then that made me think, I was like, God, how long have we been using the internet? Like, me as a society. So I was born in 1990. And to me, the internet pretty much came around in like, I don't know, 2000, let's say 2000. I think for me, it was a little later, like 2001. And that, at the beginning, it was that slow, like Netscape was a big thing. I had AIM, but I have no idea. I don't know how people remember what their AIM users was. All I remember is I'll never. But I am now like part of people my age, because people who are graduating high school now weren't around for September 11th. So it's like right there. So the kids that are graduating now have had the internet essentially their whole life. And my generation of 30-year-olds, of millennials, maybe that's how you determine what a millennial is. It's always changing, right? No, it's not always changing. Let's look up what the millennial age gap is. Millennial. Okay. 1981 to 1996. So I'm kind of at the middle end of it. So it's kind of just wow. And I was just thinking like how. Okay, so we've had the internet around for 20 years, and I think it's been a tremendous change. It depends on how you look at it, whether it's been a good thing or a bad thing. There's you can say that the internet has allowed more access to more people to knowledge more than any time in human history by far. And I think that was the idea. I heard it on some podcast, but the idea with people using the internet in the old days was a means of communicating research stuff back and forth. But I mean, I would say, because what I'm trying to think of, like what I would do before the time of the internet. So fortunately, like I was just young enough up till like when I was like 10 that the internet was like really wasn't a thing. It was like a big deal. We got our first HD TV that my parents still have, by the way. I think in 2002, 2003. But like I remember barely walking around, and I've only connected with this on a few times. Usually it's like when I'm on vacation, or sometimes here in the city I'll do it on purpose. I will just leave my phone. Let's say I got to go get groceries and stuff. I will just leave my phone at my apartment. So I'm walking around without a phone. And it's one of the weirder things to feel. Like, I'm literally checking, having like ghost vibrations. But I'm just old enough to remember not having any of that. And I don't know if it's good or bad that all this has come around. I would say what it does now is there's so much access to so much stuff. For one, there's a couple different ways to look at it. Because, okay, let's just in general, so much stuff. You're exposing so much stuff, which can be great with like the Black Lives Matter. You have cell phones to record these things, so people don't think, use the excuse like, people can see it. People are seeing that stuff. And then people are, and I was thinking of this the other day when I saw this meme. Someone sent me this meme, and it was like, it was a picture of this young, kind of like, I don't know why you would call a girl like ugly, but she was kind of like a ugly young girl with this cute brown schnauzer. And then there was this picture of this like okay looking, I don't know why I am objectifying the shit out of women right now, and I apologize. Okay, so there's this girl with brown hair holding a brown schnauzer, and then there's this woman who's holding this like gray small dog, and it's like a woman who lost best friend as a kid, rescues shelter animal, who lost dog as kid, rescues shelter animal, discovers it's her long lost friend. And it's just like, and the person who sent it to me, like it's not the same dog. I don't think at all. And like the fact that like, and then the account that was using it, Tank's Good News, he passes that stuff off like and it's not good or bad, but that it's an actual good story where that is truly fake news. And so just because we have access to way more stuff, you know, overall, I'm taking the internet, I think. But there are days, and I'm sure the next time my identity gets stolen, there are days that I'm just like, dude, I wish I just didn't have a phone. But helps me do the podcast too. So without the internet, this podcast doesn't exist. That kind of led me to think like, all right, we're coming up on this election. My gut feeling right now is that Trump is going to get it. And I just think they have such a weak candidate in Biden that no one can, he's not getting any people that are really wavering. I mean, as chaotic as the world, as badly as Trump, and this will tie into the internet part, because as badly as Trump has done, his people behind the scenes and the people marketing and that they literally came up with, that's one of the things that I thought Trump brought to the presidency, that it's not a good thing, but he's been so blatant with all this stuff. And, as an outsider, he does kind of call it out more, as like when he comments that he donated to Hillary or whatever. But what I think is going to come of the Trump presidency, it's not going to be so much about Trump. Because when you review presidents years after they've been dead and gone, it's more about like what happened during the presidency. And what I think, and I hope with this, that it should have opened the public's eyes to how deep and screwed up, you could say politics in general is, but the fact that, we can't determine whether or not something, is true or not, even just from a news story at this point. Like, I literally don't. Like, that, I think, is going to be my biggest takeaway from this whole thing. Let's see here. Where did I put the... All right, camera's still working. I don't know. Write into the Gmail your thoughts on the internet being 20 years old, let's say, and that email is thetomcarlsonshow@gmail.com. The Lakers Nuggets is coming up here in a bit. So let's check the odds for that. Okay, it's gone down. So the Lakers are at -6. Over under went up. So that means that's what the money's going in. Okay. Speaking of which, the Monday Night Football crew, this will be my last sports thing. The Monday Night Football crew they had last night is so bad. I can't believe that's the best people ESPN has to offer. It's Steve Levy, who I've always liked. It's him, Brian Greasy, and shit. Who's the other guy? Oh, what's his name? He's always on ESPN. Oh, God. Monday Night Football Crew review. Okay. See, Fowler Herbstreit got great ones. This Brian Greasy I like Joe Tessitore and Booger McFarland because of how weird it got with Booger like bouncing all over the place. But the three of these guys is as exciting to listen to as it's cringeworthy. It's really bad. Like, and they were saying incorrect things just blatantly. They were saying Hunter Renfrow had all kinds of injury problems in college, and he missed 3 or 4 games with a broken hand. That was it. So that I did not like. It's ESPN. Like, come on. I don't know why CBS in particular, but Fox as well, retains so much better talent at those main positions. Did I tell you I ran 4 miles today? Pretty proud of myself. I have been eating so much. God, I hope I didn't talk about this on the first one when I had to re-record. But visually in the mirror, I could tell that I needed to run. So I got in 4 miles today, just under 9 minutes. So if I'm going that far, that's about as fast as I can run it. I've been able to get 1 3-mile in under 8-minute mile pace. But yeah, and then a sad thing that I saw that Coors Light used to be my go-to beer. At first, in high school, we all drank Keystone Light. It was like the knockoff Coors Light. What I always was told as a kid was Keystone was like the leftovers from Coors Lights. And so that's what I had. And then they had like the colors on the bottom that, for whatever reason, we determined was the quality of the Keystone Light. Blue, good; yellow, bad; green, I don't know what those ever were. So I grew up drinking Keystones. And started drinking. I think I had to drink, like, the first time I got drunk, I think they were drinking, like, it was not that. It was like, for some reason I want to say Miller or something. And I didn't get sick, but I got blacked out and got my duct taped when I was like, I don't know, 15, 14. But ever since then, my friends and I, when we would get together, we would drink Keystones. And then I graduated to, okay, it's kind of weird to drink that. So I drank Coors Light. At one point in college, I switched over to Bud Light. I don't know why, but it's more people in the South drink Bud anything than Coors, because Coors is from Colorado. But I eventually switched back to Coors Light, and I drank those things. I have given them thousands of dollars, okay? So they had this commercial where it's like this guy about to go yodeling in the mountains of Austria, singing, "Oh, what a beautiful morning." There's like deer running around and stuff, and then it switches in to the same guy, but he's in his house in his bathroom robe, and his hair's all shitty. He's fat. He's overweight. He's like balding. He's this like piece of shit dude. It's like 9:30. It shows him on his shitty kitchen table, looking dirty and shit, and it's got him on a teleconference or a web conference that obviously he doesn't have his camera on, but he's looking at the other people all like bored and shit, like thinking of that. And then it's like, looks at the clock, it's like 9:30, and then he looks at the clock, and then he looks to the fridge, and then that's the commercial. So shame on you, Coors Light, for promoting alcoholic behavior. Still my favorite beer that I will never drink again, but come on, you guys. I was like, what the fuck is that? So, don't be like Coors Light. Be like, be like who? Be like, just be you, man. I saw DeAndre Hopkins, who's having a fantastic year in Arizona. I think he set the record for most catches in the first 2 games with 20. So he had the lamest Instagram the other day. It was like, as I sit here and reflect on this day, I just want you to know something. Be you. And I just cut off. I was like, all right, DeAndre, sounds good, man. I'll be me. And you be you, guys. Have a great rest of the week. Go get some pumpkins. And I'll check in with you next Tuesday. See you later.